What up, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening, and welcome to Late Night Live number 62. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever time it is for you, and welcome. Hey, Jeremel. First one in chat, nice to see you. Testing out a new... there was an update to my broadcasting software, so hopefully everything is working a-okay. What up, Hody? What up, Jay? How's everybody doing this evening? I'm gonna just say evening. I know it's not evening for everybody, but then I don't have to be super repetitive saying morning, daytime, blah, blah, blah over and over again like always. Tonight we are going to do a little ode to A.D. Taylor, one of the greatest penmen who ever lived. And when I say ode, I just mean we're going to try to look at some of his writing and try to replicate it. If you're not familiar with A.D. Taylor's work, I put a link in the description to a PDF that I compiled this afternoon, actually. I went through really quickly every volume of the Business Educator and pulled all of the snippets of A.D. Taylor's work and put it in one PDF. There's some business penmanship stuff and whatnot in there. We're gonna focus primarily on the ornamental side of things. There's not a whole lot, unfortunately. Going through, so many volumes of the Business Educator. Taylor had passed away prior to the volumes of the Business Educator that we study being printed, so there wasn't a lot of examples of his work. And I have read online before that he was modest is probably not the right word, but he was a penman, he was an artist, he was not a salesman, so he wasn't as well known. Obviously to penmen, I think he was well known because he is continually referred to as being essentially one of the absolute greatest and most refined penmen ever. But I think outside of probably the circle of penmanship, he wasn't super known. To my knowledge, anyways. I haven't done extensive research on the guy, but that is what I read. Alright, well, let's get started. I'm gonna get warmed up here first. I feel like we did white ink last week, so we will do... Oh, let's lock that focus. So we will do some ivory paper today with black ink. Yeah, that last signature was a bit of a doozy. Which I still want to dedicate a little bit more time to that signature, practicing it, because it's a good one. It's so beautiful. Taylor's work in general is very beautiful. I would like to be able to execute my lines a little bit smoother. I think that's one of the big things that stands out for me with his work. It's most of the writing, the signatures that you see, it's hard to gauge size because they're printed in a magazine, but it looks like most of the work he did was quite large, or at least his signatures were quite big. And the interesting part about that is when signatures get big, a lot of penmen, the ovals tend to get wonky shaped, for lack of a better term. They get a little, just like your oval angles get off and things like that. But with Taylor, his signatures were just perfect. And even if and perfect not in that his connections were always in the exact perfect spot and that type of thing, but just his ovals and the way everything, it just looks so smooth. Which is something that I I'll say I feel like I've been struggling with lately. Keeping those ovals nice and smooth. What's going on, Rose? The signature on page 8. Ooh, let's look at page 8. I'm just going to be looking at these on my phone today since I have the stream up. But you guys can refer to them in that PDF if you like. There's more work of his out there. I would assume there'd be a fair bit of it in the American and Western penman, and in some of the scrapbooks and whatnot as well. I just really quickly put together a little thing with the archive that I had at my disposal today. I knew I could search through it really quickly and find a little collection of Taylor work because I've never put a collection together before. Oh yeah, that one. That's the, let's go this way. Landscape. H.W. Waugh? W-A-U-G-H? Waugh? Wow? What do you think? Waugh, maybe? It's so smooth. So smooth. Just these lowered loops right there. So smooth. Everything is flowy. There's a part of me, and I don't know if this is the way it is or if this is true or not, but there's a part of my brain that really thinks he used and managed to control whole arm movement. Like, with the exception of lowercase letters, I don't know if it's true or not, but every time I see his work, I think whole arm movement. That is done with whole arm movement because it is so smooth, and his signatures are large and they flow into each other so beautifully. I feel like he might have been a whole arm movement writer. Or rather, I would not be surprised if that was the case. Smooth everything out. That is a very gorgeous entry stroke. That the shade on that entry compound curve could not be more beautifully placed. What up, Eric? What up, Oh Just Winnie? That sounds like a good idea, Hody. Maybe we'll go through, I mean, we'll do this, we'll definitely at some point do Taylor's H today. It's not Taylor's H, but the one that he uses in a lot of his examples, or in these specimens. Someone's excited to see you, Eric. Giving a little more attention to my warm-up today than I maybe normally would, because if we're gonna be doing Taylor, I gotta make sure that my hand and arm are in tip-top shape. It is nice to see everybody. Always. I agree, Hody. I agree completely. Typos happen. I just realized when we type and we make a mistake, we call it a typo. But we don't. When I write and make a mistake, I'm gonna start calling it a righto. Oh, sorry, just a righto. It's not a spelling mistake, it's a righto. Whoa, what happened? My pen didn't write it all right there. Righto. Oh, I should probably have a dash, right? Or maybe that's a little too cheery. Righto. But I like righto. Spelling mistake. 4 syllables. That's too much. We gotta be a little more economic with our syllable usage. Syllabic usage? I don't know. I don't imagine it's about strength. It's about that combination of controlling relaxation. Because you don't need to be strong. In fact, it requires very little strength. It's just about, it's that fine motor control. I think anyways. What's happening tonight? Oh, just Winnie, you don't know? Have you not been on the Discord? Tonight we're doing we're gonna study some of A.D. Taylor's work, and we're gonna try to replicate some of it, and just look at his work and talk about A.D. Taylor and write some random stuff as well. It is just a random writing session, but we're going to, since we were all, I believe, rather taken or destroyed by this signature last week. We wanted to do a little bit more Taylor. What up, Diego? Maybe a little ASMR, who knows? MrMGWard, that's me. Maybe we'll write with our left hand for a little bit today, Diego, just for you. Maybe. My nib feels weird all of a sudden. It was feeling really good. What happened? All looks good. So if he did whole arm movement, if I'm going to assume that he did whole arm movement, again, I don't know if he actually did or not. Not a problem, Diego. Glad to have you here. Well, you can be here. Oh, Jesse, I remember seeing you say hi, and then I didn't say hi back to you. What up, Jesse? I moved on to something else, but now I see you're in here again. Nice to see you. large fluid movements. What up, Lori? Confusing for the name. Oh, you're forgetting all the regulars. Everybody knows each other now. That's kind of fun. It's a community. Flowing ovals. The goal tonight is to not let anything get in the way of fluid movement. See, like even things like this, like the weird shape of that oval, unacceptable for Taylor. It was always a nice oval, which I have a lot of trouble doing that with forearm movement. But with whole arm movement, I have trouble controlling it. The shade placement, but the ovals are always much smoother and proper. Let me raise my chair a little bit. Oh, Lori's famous. She's an Iampith cover girl. Yeah, like that. See, I can only do ending ovals. My ending ovals are only that smooth and nice when I do whole arm movement. So I think that's what we're gonna have to write today. Today's gonna be a whole arm movement night. I haven't got my copy of the Penman's Journal yet. It hasn't come. I think it takes longer for us international folk. Or if there's a digital copy, I haven't looked at it yet. Oh, who was asking, before I dive into doing one of these Taylor pieces, remind me, was it Eric that was asking me to go over that capital T? Zayner's capital T? Or was that you, Jay? It was one of the two of you, and I'm sorry I can't remember who on Discord was asking. I guess I could load Discord and check for myself, but... who was asking? See, like beautiful exit ovals like that. I can only do that. It was Jay. Okay, cool. Sweet. So yeah, Jay, that T, I believe anyways, there's multiple ways it could be executed, but I believe it would start with the compound curve of the crossbar and go from the top left or top right. Come on. Up like that, and then the compound curve would be in here into the stem. That's not the best example of it, but kind of like that, but with a nicer entry into the... oh, and it's supposed to be a compound curve too, right? Wait, why don't I just load that up here so I can actually see it? Discord. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. The weird part for me, what up, Brolin, is the, this little oval, because it's on, like, this angle. We're going in this side of this circle, or of that, is a, like, we're doing a horizontal oval. So we're coming out of that compound curve into that horizontal oval. But we're transitioning when we get down here to go up and over, come around, right in the middle. What up, Gagampreet? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, everyone. So we have that little compound curve into there, and then the compound curve came from here, like so. That's how I would do it anyways. It is a beautiful tee. I had forgotten until you posted that tee. I had forgotten that Zaner has all those alternate forms in dotted letters in that PDF. I've been using Lupfers for practice lately, and I forgot that Zaner did that. What is on my nib? Gross. Ruined my hairlines. I don't know if it's just this paper or what, but when I go through, like when I'm practicing like I do and everything gets all covered up here, when I go through other writing or other shades, I've been getting gloopy bits on the tip of my nib, and it's very annoying. No Lurker James yet tonight, unless he's here and just silent, which is always a possibility. No Lurker James or Lurker Leon today yet. Oh wait, let's get into some AD Taylor stuff, shall we? No need to apologize. Marilyn, we're just getting started. I'm just warming up. Diane, right now, this is paper I got from Martha Scribes. It feels quite similar to Rhodia to write on. And I feel like I never used to have this issue, but it's been... I don't know if it's because I'm sharpening my nibs and that's what might be causing it when I'm going through the wet paper. I did get, though, well, I won't pull them all out here, but I got paper in the mail today. Which is kind of exciting. I got all those samples that I ordered, so I'm going to be testing those out, and then I will be buying bulk the ones that work, and the ones, if there are some that are really good, I will suggest them as options for you guys, or maybe I'll buy a whole bunch and you can get them from me. Maybe. I don't know if that's an option I'm wanting to do, because that's a lot of shipping since I live in Canada, so that's probably not a great idea. But I will try to make them accessible. There are a couple papers that feel really good. I went through them and just sort of felt them. And a couple feel good. What is going on with this nib right now? Yes, I have to make that very soon. I want to wait for... I don't know how long they'll get here because I ordered them from China. I want to wait for those little mini nail files that I was talking about on Discord. I mean, I got these just at the drugstore years ago. I have a couple of these that I've used for fountain pens, dip pens, and fingers. I file my own fingernails with these as well. But I ordered a bunch of just little 10 centimeter long ones, just so they're a little more convenient. And if the quality is good, again, I will tell you guys where you can get those. They won't be through me. I'm not gonna be selling them or anything, but I just got them from AliExpress. But there might be a US distributor or something, but the big ones I have work really well, and the curved part is why I want to use them, because I also use my micro mesh, as I've shown before, this little pad for the final burnishing step, but that's similar to the shine step on the fingernail pad. Yeah, they're super cheap. They're easy to come by. So yes, once those come in the mail, I will make that video and get it out there for everybody. Hopefully soon. Gonna move my camera a little bit, 'cause I'm finding that the comfortable place for me to write today. Alright, we'll see you in a moment, Marilyn. I'm gonna move my camera so we're in a little bit better of a spot for writing. Sorry. I had to arrange everything different than usual for my classes last week. Is that better? I don't know if I even changed anything. Or if I just made it angled. No, that should be good. That should be good. Okay, ink. Be good. I just refilled my ink jar, so the water to ink mixture is different, or feels different. That makes me sound like a diva. I'm not a diva. All right, what do we got? There, I'll use that T. Oh, I just added water and I feel like I might have ruined it. Smooth now, but my hairlines are worse. That's okay. They're good enough. It'll evaporate as I write. Yep. Alright, I don't want to do one of these crazy signatures quite yet, because they're a little ambitious. This is one of the few times, or one of the first times, I've seen a whole letter in fully shaded Spencerian. Very rounded shaded Spencerian, but normally it would be just for a title. Wait, let's go to one of his alphabets. Let's do some letters. Just individual letters. And we'll go page. We're gonna follow the one on page 5. That's out of focus, but page 5 in the PDF that's in the description. If you want to join in. It's a very large, flowy alphabet that we can work with. Oh, his work was so good. I'm gonna do that H. The exemplars that I'm showing today, there's, yeah, that's from a PDF. All of the ones in that PDF, they're not by any means all of the A.D. Taylor specimens or examples that are out there, but they're all the ones that I could find in the Business Educator. So I went through this afternoon really quickly and compiled all of Taylor's little snippets. What up, Lurker James? All right, since that H was in our signature last week, let's work on that one, because that is a... I'm gonna take out the entry oval and just go from that downstroke. It's just so smooth with that little shade. It's that. I'm not nearly smooth enough down there. What is happening? I was just writing with this ink and nib before this stream, and I thought, oh, my ink is getting a little empty. I should top it up. And then I did. And now it's not writing good. Ooh, James is shushing us today. There we go. What if we go whole arm on this? H is very tall. Are you sick of A.D. Taylor? James didn't post his example, but he did share his example with me in my DMs. So he didn't, or he did join in. Whoops. There's the idea. Super smooth, super flowy. Why can't I do that with my forearm on the table now so I can do it smaller? That's okay, that just means you get to get new ink now. Fresh ink, James. That's exciting. Then you can start. There's my ink bottles. Giant ink bottles. Then you never run out. Uh-oh. Hody's cheating on Mataraz? Is that what's happening here tonight? See, I can do that with whole arm movement. For anybody who doesn't know, when I first got into movement writing, when I transitioned from slow writing to movement writing, I did everything with whole arm movement. So I never dropped my forearm lowercase letters, I dropped my forearm, but everything else was all whole arm movement. And then to gain control, I dropped my forearm, but my movement is not as smooth as it used to be. My forearm it's very restrictive. So it's a bit annoying because in my head some things got better because of it, but some things got worse because of it, which is annoying. The flow just isn't the same with my forearm on the desk. But I want it to be because I can't write small and controlled with whole arm movement. Okay, these are way too far apart. Gotta bring this letter much taller. More like that. Now smooth it out. Some penmen insist, though. Insist on what? Forearm movement? Whole arm movement? Wait, speak your mind, James. In a perfect world, I would learn to control whole arm movement and do everything with whole arm movement. But I cannot. Control it at a small size. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, it's that. That's better. Ooh, a date with Jake Gyllenhaal. James is too cool for us tonight. They're all just so flowy. The I in this alphabet is one of the nicest, like, ever. This alphabet is probably one of the nicest alphabets ever. His forms have a roundish look to them as well, which I believe is why certain people called C.C. Canaan the A.D. Taylor of his day. Oh, Squid Games is crazy. I just finished Squid Games yesterday, actually. Ooh, there we go. That's the exit oval we want. Nice and smooth. We just got to get rid of that transition. I really liked it. It's dark and it's disturbing. But I really like foreign films. And I think that guy wrote that story, if I remember correctly, he wrote that story back in like 2009. He got rejected from like 10 or something studios. At one point, I read he had to sell his laptop and everything because of financial difficulties. And then now it's apparently getting close to being one of the like most watched things ever on Netflix, which is kind of crazy. So that's a cool story. Nope. Welcome back, Marilyn. Welcome back. Oh, my internet got bad there for a moment, apparently. But I think we're good again. Black Mirrors may be darker, yeah. I feel like it's not as... well, bloody? I guess. Dark Mirror is hits on some pretty heavy topics. Jeez, it's just so good. That E. I want to be able to do this entire alphabet, but I feel like it's never gonna happen. Nope. We gotta get rid of that asymmetrical looking oval. We gotta come up here more to keep that ending looking good. Did I answer your question about the black paper? No, I didn't see a question about the black paper. Ugh, Eric, I hope Tiger King isn't the record holder. I didn't watch Tiger King. I have no desire to watch Tiger King. But it might be. I wouldn't be surprised. I did. I bought two different kinds of black paper. One thin one for writing and one thicker one for card, or to see if it would work for card carving. I think the thicker one is too textured though. For carving, it might just have too much texture. It kind of feels like almost like a handmade paper. But the thin paper, so long as it takes ink well, feels pretty good. What up, Mike? UK Mike in the house. Go whole arm and see what happens for one. Hey Hector, how's it going? Yeah, we're not going through the whole alphabet. I'm just sort of picking at random some of the letters in this A.D. Taylor alphabet and trying to work on them bit by bit. Yeah, I'm doing Taylor. I'm trying to do... It doesn't look like I'm doing Taylor, but I'm trying to do this E right here. That one. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm just doing the alphabet for now. I'm not, if I dive into the signatures, I'll just start wasting paper too soon. It's just not smooth. BoJack Horseman. I've never even heard of that one. Today is a great day. It is indeed. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Come on. Consistency, please. It's a nice E. I'm having just a lot of trouble getting that oval shade smooth. Ooh, like that. That's what we want. Yeah, we were good until that. It's like my brain gets here and thinks, oh, we're home free, and it just gives up and does whatever it wants for the ending oval these days. No good. Yeah, you're into horror movie season now, Jesse, for sure. Oh, I've been practicing my E's for a while, Marilyn. I wish they would be a little more consistent. Mm-mm. Yeah, those are two Odie, though. Both those are pretty incredible signatures. Pretty incredible. All right. Let's go for G. Work on this G right here. Super symmetrical, super clean. I already know that I will have a weird time connecting this so low. I'm gonna have to drop lower than I normally do, almost to the baseline, to get that connection. And then having the slight compound curve before the shade, and then bringing this up high enough so that it follows parallel. But that is a beautiful letter G. I can't decide if I want to do all these in whole arm movement or forearm movement today. If I do whole arm movement, oh, I gotta cross higher and bring this lower. So he comes up quite a ways. I gotta bring that up higher to do his style. I haven't read manga in a while, but there's a fun anime, if you guys have heard it, Barakamon, Barakamon. Barakamon, it's about a Japanese calligrapher who is uninspired and he moves to an island. Oh, he also doesn't cross through. He starts that entry oval super short. Okay, I didn't notice that. Ah. Whoa, that's weird to do that. that's kind of the idea. We're still not getting that parallel line. This has to come up higher into our exit oval, which is manageable. We can do that. And this needs to come down lower. That's what we need, okay. But Akamon was good. I enjoyed it. I was watching an artist stream and he mentioned an anime about a calligrapher, and I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. Let's check it out. So I did. It was good. What are you watching Jake Gyllenhaal in, Lurker James? Okay, superfluid movements. This is very true, Mike. Akira most certainly is. Twerkers and anime don't mix. Oh my goodness. Was pretty good. Some decent G's happening. I haven't watched. I gotta revisit Akira one of these days. It's been a very, very long time. I gotta get back to Gundam one day too. It's also been an extremely long time. Getting smoother. Okay. Smooth lines, ladies and gentlemen. Smooth lines. Name of the game today. All smooth. It's in the Discord, but it's also in the description of this video. James. I put a link to it in the YouTube description, so if you want to grab it from here, you can. Or it's linked in the OP resources or in the OP chat channels on the Discord currently. Yeah, I just made it this afternoon. The Discord was talking about AD Taylor, and I was like, huh, that's a good idea. I haven't organized much of AD Taylor's work, so I figured let's dive in, and I spent some time searching through the Business Educator to pick I went through the entire Business Educator and found every time the word Taylor was mentioned, and if it happened to be one of his examples, I clipped it. Now here is one of, it seems relatively easy stroke, but this is the same entry as is used in the famous Mataraz letter written by E.W. Bloser. The entry oval for the M, the main difference is there's two loops going into it. Well, what I always find so impressive is that below the baseline, this looks like a large horizontal oval, and then it transitions to an angled oval after it hits about the baseline. But it's very hard to have this either not loop up too soon, so it looks like it's going into or stays angled. It's hard to get that transition right there, so this stays horizontal underneath the M. It's one thing that I have trouble with anyways, every time I tried to replicate the famous Mataraz letter. I believe it was Mataraz who informed the members of the Business Educator, like Zayner and Blozer, that Taylor was unwell, or that he passed away when he did. He was corresponding with Mataraz, and I don't think it was public knowledge that he was unwell. I think he must have been a very private individual. If you want to read more about that, the last page of the PDF on A.D. Taylor shows a little write-up, a very short write-up, about him by E.W. Blozer. And it mentions that. Sorry, James. Well, this is good for processing then. Oh, that Bodenheimer signature. I so wish I could do it justice. How did it go? Like this. That might be better than my attempt, actually. We got a little bit of coming out of my shades aren't very smooth. What up, Satwick? Welcome. The Bodenheimer signatures is amazing. It's not my favorite of the A.D. Taylor signatures that are in that PDF. Some of the other ones I like a little bit more. I think that Bodenheimer signature too, though, I think it was big. Like, I feel like those capital letters were, I would be willing to assume, I don't want to bet, but I assume it was whole arm. And it was large like that. Because those forms, like, way easier to do. I should have attempted it whole arm. Whoop, messed up on the H. But, like, if I was going to do that signature again, which I will, because I want to do a better copy of it, I would be willing to bet that he did it with whole arm, or at least parts of it. The merits of whole arm movement. I think that's what also gives, I think a lot of Taylor's work was quite big. I think it's what gives the contrast, or what gives his work so much contrast between the hairline and shades, because he wrote quite large. I think, anyways. Too long. He's got that roundish exit oval, similar to, who was it? Tamblyn talks about making the exit oval round like a dime in his book, I believe. The one on page 11, which one was that? Oh, the E.W. Blozer one. Yeah. You can see it. You could take them from that PDF and enhance them. I guess I could enhance them if we were to do them for a Six Lincoln Sunday. Maybe that's the next series we'll do. Maybe we'll do a whole A.D. Taylor series. That signature is bananas, though. I can't tell if that first entry oval is just a single curve. Oh, his E is so gorgeous. I feel like that one is the E. This won't be good, but we'll go for it anyways. His E. Into the W. Into the compound curve. Ugh. No baseline for me today, apparently. And then I don't really like this B, but a lot of other people do. Where does it go? Over to there. Ugh, that's not a very pretty signature, but then he adds a lot of little extra. He adds one there, he adds one over here, even though his loop is much smaller than mine. And he adds this big one at the front, and this little one over here. Snazzy little, and then of course the one in here, and then it says prof on the inside in nicer writing than that. I would assume that signature, if we look at that one from the business or from Sixling and Sunday that we did, I would guess envelopes were still, business envelopes were still somewhat similar size as they are today. I would assume that signature takes up probably 5 or 6 inches long. Yeah, it's probably like 6 inches long or something, which puts it at that first shade or that first loop almost probably like 2 inches high, potentially. There's no stamp on the Bodenheimer one. It's just this. At least, I mean, unless it was printed in the Business Educator 3 or 4 times, I think, that I saw. And every time, it's just this one. I included this version in the PDF because it gives the little breakdown below it, or it has the little blurb below it. And then it's also printed in like PZ Blozer's book. It's kind of sad because at one point in one issue, the Business Educator or the Zenarian put a call out for people to submit pieces of theirs from A.D. Taylor because they wanted to put a book together similar to the Mataraz book. That went, all the money from the Mataraz book went to Mataraz's wife. But after it, a long time after A.D. Taylor passed away, they wanted to they were going to publish a book. So they put a call out in the Business Educator. I believe it was Lupfer or Zahner, I'm not sure which, made a piece that said help, 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 gorgeous piece of penmanship, and then they do this big blurb explaining that they want to do an A.D. Taylor book, and if you send your stuff, they would love to scan it and then get it back to you, or not scan it, but have it photo engraved, but I don't believe anything ever happened of it. I think the only book out there, aside from his own book, but that's primarily business penmanship, is Stutzman's book. There are, I guarantee there are people out there that have scrapbooks, that have a scrapbook with a bunch of his work in it for sure. I know in the Healy collection there's a few pieces by him, not a ton, but there are a few pieces. But it would be from the older collections. Like I know some of the alphabets that the Business Educator printed, they sort of cite who they were borrowed from. And then there's a bunch in Stutzman's book, which I don't think I have a copy of Stutzman's book, but I should try to find it. I don't have, and when I say copy, I mean I don't even have a PDF of it. Wait, let's go back to alphabet that I was working on. That M. Horizontal entry. And this manages to keep that nice and round before it goes straight down there. And you see I get this like kink in that direction. It's not an even curve to horizontal. That's what I want. What's that on my scale? What scale? Do you mean my ruler? Sorry, Hody. What scale? Oh, yeah, on my ruler. It's just a, this is an embroidery ruler, so it just has a little thing that slides either way. Embroidery? Stitching? Yeah. I have, on both my little mini rulers, have those. Here's another one. Just has a little slide that you can use for a little extremely miniature T-square. It helps. I feel like you have to write so fast to get beautiful smooth lines like that. Unless there's a secret to it. They say that one of A.D. Taylor's teachers, which was Stutzman, was one of the few people who could write into his old age. I believe he died when he was 90 or 93, I think. But even when he was an old man, he could do relatively smooth, fluid work, which not a lot of people could once they got older. Apparently. That's the idea. I feel like I've slowed down a lot lately, and I feel like I might have to start speeding up slightly again. Just a little bit. I've slowed down my transitions from hairline into shade. Whatever, Eric. You're younger than me. You're not allowed to use that as an excuse. At least I think you're younger than me. Pretty sure you are. See, there we go. Whoa! Without realizing it, I went from this baseline and migrated all the way up a whole baseline without really realizing it, that I kept going higher and higher. Whoops. No metronome of death. I'll use my own internal flow speed. I just gotta speed that up. I mean, I assume he had to have used fast writing. It's the only way his lines could be as smooth as they are. Or it's the only way I can see myself doing them smooth. I just don't have the control. That's a decent M. So is that. Well, if you're a caffeine drinker, that's tough. I should probably drink less tea. I have to start buying decaffeinated green tea, maybe. I don't feel like green tea gets me really shaky or energetic, but maybe it is on like a micro level that I'm not feeling. I just really, really like the taste of it. Same with Earl Grey. I should get... I don't know why I've never thought of doing it before. Decaf Earl Grey tea with honey is one of my favorite tea flavors, but I never drink it because I don't like the effect that drinking black tea has on my writing. Well, next time I get groceries, obviously, I'm gonna have to get some decaf. Earl Grey tea. I haven't ever thought of that before. What tea do I drink? Green tea most of the time. Not fancy green tea. I have fancy green tea. If I'm in the mood for a good green tea, I'll drink a good green tea just raw, or just black, I guess. It's not black, but green. But I drink cheaper, just Lipton. Their pure green tea with honey is what I drink most of the time. See, like even right there, going through this shade, there's a fiber on the end of my nib. I don't know if that's this paper or if that's just this nib. It's a fun N. Okay, this is the practice that I needed. Oolong is good. I also like the, what's it called? Is it genmaicha? Just like the rice tea that you get at like a sushi restaurant. I'm a pretty big fan of. I'm trying to find other letters in here that are unique. Most of them are pretty standard forms. It's just his entry ovals and exit ovals are what make them so nice, because they're not rushed at all. That's why, like, it doesn't feel like really fast writing. Most people, when they write quick, like Mataraz, for example, you can tell when he's writing quick. But Taylor just looks like super at ease. It doesn't look fast, it just looks smooth. Like that. That's a beautiful letter U. We gotta put a happy face here, because that makes me happy. Yay. Super smooth. Taylor is chill, babe. It's true. He's super chill. I gotta get more chill in my life. More chill. Okay, that's what I need. I need to embody Taylor and get the chill back into my writing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a target. Well, thank you, Rose. I like to think I'm chill most of the time, but I get energetic when I talk, and when I'm talking it's hard to flow, and I know that my hand will tweak out a little bit when it's going into a shade. It panics. It's not panic, but it gets excited when it shouldn't. Now, I mean, that's, yeah, Kanan, it's those flowing, smooth lines. I think that's really, I think, what makes Taylor's work stand out so much. I mean, his inked writing looks like the idealized, perfected forms of other penmen's engraved work. Because it's just... But I think that's because he wrote larger than other penmen. I think. He wrote big, fast, and smooth. Those felt good. Smooth. And the big thing, yeah, his ovals were on the rounder side. They didn't stretch with speed. Okay, doing this V, it's gonna be, I always have trouble in the V keeping this nice and open. Whoa. What up, Carlo? Twerkers and lurkers. Oh my goodness. I hate to admit it, but that sounds like it's gonna have to be a shirt one day. Yeah, to me, Madaraz did not look chill. His writing doesn't feel chill to me. I mean, all writing that's smooth was chill, so he was chill. It just doesn't look as chill. That is a good letter. If you guys want to see the letter that Jay is talking about right now, it's posted. You gotta scroll up a little bit, but it was posted this morning. This morning? Or last night? I can't remember. In the Discord. I have that somewhere on my computer, but I don't. It will take me a moment to find it. I should have maybe included that and some of the other specimens I have on here into the PDF, but that PDF was just Business Educator stuff. Just so smooth. Unfortunately, most of the prints of his work are really hard to see. Kahlo, he does exist. You probably met him. I don't remember if you actually met him, but you would have seen him. Whoa, that's not how you're supposed to end the Z. Oh wait, this has to be shorter. This has to be lower. I gotta make that compound curve more pronounced. And then this again has to go up that way more, so it keeps the angle. Okay. Kahlo works out like 18 times a day, doing different workout sports. I really appreciate the post you did, Jay. This whole A.D. Taylor evening was his idea. See? Lori knows. Too slow. Too ugly. Ugh, that is really ugly. I don't do a lot of Mataraz's work. We could do a Mataraz late night. We could create, maybe all together. Other people would have to join in with me though. I mean, not on the video, but we could recreate one of his Batwing pieces maybe. One of these streams. We could walk through it. For the record, I don't know if it's called Batwing isn't an official term for that script. It's a nice set. But that's what I call it. He would be in the find him in the Penman's Journal. He's in there. I don't have that Penman's Journal, but he's got to be in that group photo. Penman's Journal, Penman's Journal, Penman's Journal. Where are you, Lurker Leon? You gotta be in this photo. Okay. Looking for a lurker. If he wasn't in the photo, I'm gonna be very unhappy. Come on, Lurker Leon, where are you? I don't think he's here. Oh, that's frustrating. I can see Eric and I can see Kahlo. Oh, come on. Okay, Lurker Leon wasn't in the photo. That doesn't mean he's imaginary, though. He might be somewhere else in there, though. In the Penman's Journal. Okay, what piece from this PDF should we work on? Should we try to do? All these signatures are so gorgeous. We won't do the letters because they're faint and tough to see. We'll probably... This also leads me to believe there's the one image of Autumn, Barnum, Cunning, Demand, Eminent, Furman, or Furman. I wonder, that leaves me to believe there's an A, B, C, D, E, F if he did the rest of the alphabet. One annoying thing about the way they printed the Business Educators was they would start something similar, like on Instagram, how we start like the 6 Lincoln Sunday challenge or things like that. They'll say, oh, for the next so-and-so while, we're going to post these specimens of so-and-so. And the first one will start a bit, lessons in ornamental penmanship with so-and-so, part 1. And then you get to the next month and it'll say part 2. Then the next month won't say part anything, it'll just be blank. The next one will be blank. And then the next month, so technically part 6, will say like part 3. They make so many little mistakes like that. It's so hard to, when you're sifting through things, trying to find the full lessons and stuff. Perfect example for A.D. Taylor, they did a gems of ornamental gems by A.D. Taylor. And they literally, on the first one, it said number 1. So you would assume on the next one it would say number 2, but they don't. The next ones are just blank. So as you're going through, you don't know if you actually might have missed one, because sometimes also they'll talk about it one place in the magazine, and then they'll put the specimen in another place. So it's super confusing. It's like finding a needle in a haystack sometimes. Luckily, I've spent a heck of a long time finding needles in that haystack, so I've gotten pretty good at seeing the things I'm looking for, but yeah, it can be quite confusing. How? I can't show you, Leon. Leon is not imaginary. He's here. He's probably here. If you're here, Leon, I hope you're happy that everybody thinks I have created an imaginary friend. If you're sitting here joining our chats. I can't show him. Seance time. Oof. Like, smooth lines like that I can only do with whole arm movement. I do really love whole arm movement. It makes everything feel so good. It's just, everything flows. It's so nice. Ooh, that wasn't a very good ascender. Whole arm movement, unfortunately, like movement writing in general, the only way to get even moderately decent at whole arm movement is to go for it and let your writing be utter garbage, which is way easier said than done. Oh, come on, give me a shade. Don't be like that. Is Leon on Instagram? I don't know. Oh, whoops. Oof. Lowercase letters are not the one today. That's okay, Carlo. If you didn't bring it up, somebody else would have eventually. I think gone are the days when I can go through a whole stream without hearing about twerking or Leon. That's it. It takes a long time to get whole arm movement control, Jay. It's really easy for it to be discouraging. There's a reason that not a lot of people do it, because it is exceptionally challenging. But once you start to get that control, it becomes less challenging. It's still challenging. It is very, very hard. If you want to write small. If you want to write larger, it's not as hard to control the shades and whatnot, but it's just a matter of practice. I would say the faster you let go and go for it, and I'm not telling anybody they have to do whole arm movement. I do forearm movement most of the time. I've said it since the beginning. I wish my forearm movement could be as smooth as my whole arm movement. That's why I train forearm movement, because I want it to be. And I would have hoped that after so many years, my forearm would chill out and let my movements be smooth. But they don't. They're restrictive, and it's bothersome. But the sooner, if you want to learn it, the sooner you dive in and actually just go for actual movement and practice the drills. The slower you write, the less the drills are, I don't want to say important, but like super, super, super necessary. Forearm movement, the drills they are more necessary. Whole arm movement, have to. If you want to do whole arm, in my opinion anyways, if you want to do whole arm movement, you have to do like lots of drills to gain that control of the muscles. Because there's nothing, all you can do is control. It all about posture, the setup of your table, and your arm. I'm just not very consistent with it, and it becomes very risky. So I wanted to get a slight bit more control with forearm movement, but it's just not there. It loses that bit of flowiness, which some people manage to maintain the flowiness. Like Brian Chabola, for example, he uses forearm movement, and his writing is very smooth. I have trouble with smoothing out. I feel like I have very small writing zone when I do forearm movement. Some days it's nice though. The signatures, I do a lot of the signatures in the challenge quite small, so I do them with forearm movement. The only time I use whole arm movement in the signature challenge signatures is if I do a large one, or sometimes I'll use whole arm for a connection. But normally, because those signatures have a lot of points where you can stop, I end up doing them with forearm movement. The last one I did with forearm movement, and I would like to do it again with whole arm movement, because I think it looks better with whole arm movement. Because you can just go, like, all those ovals are perfectly beautiful and smooth. There's a little kink in that shade, but everything is just so nice and smooth. Oh, good night, Jesse. Ooh, 4 hours of sleep. Well, sweet dreams for the next 4 hours. Like, I would assume that that's the size of the signature that he wrote. And if I think this is probably, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I think this is, oh, Jay's going to bed too? Who's all going to bed? Sweet dreams, wannabe penman. Did it wannabe? So long, Jay. Sorry. I was writing, I didn't see everybody say who was leaving and whatnot. But yeah, that's the size that I would assume he wrote it at. I could be wrong, but so like I said, that's about 6 inches. Sweet dreams. And that is, so that was whole arm movement with the exception of the lowercase letters. But if you do the capitals that big, then your lowercase letters are big enough that you can actually get those little shades looking clean and nice. And it's surprisingly not that hard to hit intricate places like the cross on the H and stuff like that with whole arm movement. Oh, is this my way of telling myself I'm gonna go back to training more whole arm movement stuff? Maybe. Remembering where the loops go takes some work, but that's just, I guess that's just memorizing patterns in the writing. One thing I'll also say, at least for me, I don't know if this goes for everybody, but that signature has those little accent shades on the lower right corners, which I think are way easier to add with whole arm movement. If I was doing this, like doing, yeah, I pulled my finger through it, but doing those little shades are much easier to add, for me anyways. If I'm doing here, I can add those little shades, whereas with forearm movement, I have to go faster in order to get the smooth hairlines. And when I'm going faster, I forget. Those little lines come so quick that I don't end up getting them in quick enough. All right, let's take a swing at one of these signatures. How about? Well, let's do the one on page 8. Let's do the HW-WA. I don't know if WA is how you say that last word, that last name. W-A-U-G-H. Not sure. Well, and that's also as well, it's important for those of you who are diving in, and I like everybody to join the challenge, but if you're joining the challenge and you're not already super experienced with movement writing, whole arm movement, forearm movement, whichever, don't let yourself be discouraged. You let that signature be playtime. Let yourself get into, that's why I film the breakdowns, so you can understand it, whether you can do it or not. It doesn't, that's of less importance, I think. One of the big important parts is just, it's a fun playtime. And also it teaches you understanding, and you start getting used to following the path of flourishes into other flourishes, so when you look at a new signature, you'll start to not get lost. And then that goes for creating your own type of designs and stuff as well. As you get more comfortable with movement writing, you won't get lost in designs. You'll be able to figure them out. They're kind of like a roller coaster. Okay, this one's got that, oh, that beautiful entry oval. Yep, definitely gonna do this with whole arm movement. Oh, if my nib will give me ink. I forget where I'm going. Okay, that wasn't very smooth, but we know where we're going now. So this line is going right through that shade. Jeez, the hard part for me when I do the signatures this big is stopping my fingers from going through the ink again. What are you buying, Carlo? Yep, just go for it, Marilyn. You just dive in. With signature writing, there is no room for tentativeness. Okay. My baseline needs to be up here. Don't forget that. That's important to remember. Oh, nice. Perfect. Something to practice in. Like so. Ish. Oh, and this goes... I did the wrong oval. It's one of these ones. Whoops. And this is another one of those transitions, just like in the M that I was talking about earlier. Going from this horizontal compound curve, this secondary oval, or this implied oval here and this implied oval here, are horizontal. Then it transitions into this large horizontal oval before it transitions into the angled oval on the H. O.A.D. Taylor. Okay, not nearly tall enough, but... Whoa! Okay, either Lurker Leon has just chatted, or one of my fun followers has created a fake Leon account and just signed in just to say what's up. But maybe that's Leon. I need everybody to message now so I know that everybody else is here so we know it's not fake. I hope it's not fake. I hope you're actually Leon. It could be James. I could see James doing that. But I hope it's just Leon. But I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen. Leon is not fake. Marilyn says she didn't do it. Ooh, uh-oh. Lurker James isn't talking. Maybe it was him. That's... Oh, funny, funny, funny. Maybe it's Leon. He's chilling, drinking his bourbon, joining us on this A.D. Taylor adventure we're on. And he just decided to say what up. Nice to see you, Leon. Glad to have you here. Oh, Lurker James said it's not him. How do you know, Lurker James? What's going on here, Nib? What's going on? Oh, James is now his full name. Looker James isn't Looker Himasf anymore. No, that's wrong. I gotta go this way. Right. Oh, you guys are funny. Yeah, like that. That one turned out really good. It's not quite tall enough, but... Tricky, tricky. That's a fun signature. I wasn't terrified, I was stoked that Leon finally came out of the woodwork. There is a part of my brain that enjoys imagining him being here every week and not talking and just chuckling at how much we talk about him. Because he is somebody who used to watch the stream relatively often and may still watch the stream relatively often, even if he's not here. If he's watched a single stream since Iampith, so in the past like 2 months now, or so, yeah, then he's heard us talk about him, and especially in the past few weeks, he's basically famous now. Unknown fame. Oh, it is very freeing to write A.D. Taylor signatures. They flow very nicely. Shade was, way too big on this one. I didn't realize he hardly has a shade at all on that entry. Okay. Oh. And this has to finish. This has to be a little smaller. So I have room to come up and over for the second one. Okay. Right? Exactly, Lori. That's how I feel. Just chilling back with his bourbon, hanging out, just chuckling, practicing away and chuckling. Or I made him mad at me at IAMPIT, and he no longer comes to the late night lives. Maybe I was a jerk and he doesn't hang out anymore. I can be a pretty mean guy, so maybe he doesn't like me anymore. Oh, right, again, no shade there, or hardly a shade there. And I gotta smooth out this oval. Oh, just Winnie, I did not. Oh yeah, I'm a really mean guy. I'm pretty unapproachable at convention. Thank you very much, Marilyn. I appreciate that. I try to be approachable. I feel like I'm approachable. I had the largest group pictures? What does that mean? Oh. Is Leon not in the Penman's Journal at all this month? Darn it. I was banking on him being in there so that I could prove his existence. Oh. No, I just saw whenever the camera would come out, I would run into a group and pretend like I was a part of the group. Super mean. What Lori said. Except when I first read that, Lori, I read, it's not what it says at all, but I read, "Hey Israel!" And I was like, what? What's "Hey Israel"? Is that, I don't know this trend or this saying, but never mind. Oh, just Winnie, I am straight up a professional photo bomber. I used to have at one point on my Facebook account, I don't know if the pictures are still there, there was like, I had like 70 some pictures tagged in other people, like people would tag me, but photobombing other people's group photos. Like in restaurants, there'd be a group photo and I would be on the opposite side of the restaurant, just like tiny in the background, popping up in front of people. It's always two thumbs up way in the background. Oh, so many. There was one after party I was at for an event I worked, and there was one guy taking pictures all night, and he would wait for me. It was perfect. He would pull out the camera and I would see him, and I would run like to the other side of the restaurant, and he would wait, like take a long time framing up the shot till I was like just like poking out behind someone's shoulder or on the side, just like super tiny in the picture. But there were so many all night. I spent the entire night just photobombing some friends' photos and then a lot of just strangers' photos and stuff too. So fun. So fun. That's awesome, Marilyn. It's so fun to photobomb. It's a good time. I photobombed a photo just last week when we were on set. Some friends were taking a group photo, like a big group sort of, not selfie, but a group photo, and I got in the back nice and quick. UK Mike. Oh, UK Mike. I edited the video of your blotter yesterday. It's gonna get posted pretty soon. I'm trying to get caught up. I have a stack of leather blotter videos to make, and I edited yours yesterday. So it will be posted soon. Maybe on Friday. Maybe we'll use it for a Foil Friday post. Trying to see how small I can write and control it with whole arm movement. It's challenging. Oh wow! Dizzy Bunny didn't appear. That's lame. That's weird. The Dizzy Bunny, I think it's with all the notification platforms are designed to work with Twitch. And for some reason the YouTube integration in a lot of them doesn't work as well as the Twitch integration. And apparently there's a large delay. So maybe the Dizzy Bunny welcome is still to come, perhaps. It might just be delayed. Because I'm pretty sure the Stream Elements bot is in here right now, which means the Dizzy Bunny should be active and ready. Yeah, I think the delay is 30 minutes. Okay, well, we'll wait and see what happens. If the Dizzy Bunny came, I would know for sure that it was a fake account. Because Leon is already well, I assume he's already subscribed. He's already been a viewer. Oh, that's not the right H. See how easy it's so easy to get whole arm movement signatures super smooth. But they're also huge. Yeah, the bot is here, so maybe we'll get a Dizzy Bunny in like 20 minutes or something. The plan is to get back into editing foiling videos, so let's rip off the band-aid of not foiling, of not posting foil videos, and then once I'm back in the swing of filming or of editing my foiling videos, I will then get back in the swing of filming and editing full YouTube videos, which I need to get back at because I have a long list of YouTube videos I would like to make, and I want to film once a week. Oh, here's a question I could ask you guys. Once a week, I want to post like a quote, similar to, if you guys remember on my Instagram, I did a Bob Ross quote, or like the quotes we did in the quote journal. I want to do one quote filmed nicely for YouTube instead of just writing, because all of my writing videos end up on Instagram. But I don't know what day of the week I should post it. So what day do you guys think should be quote day? Josh thinks Friday. I use Friday on Instagram as a foil Friday. Not that I have to. Oh, that was a nice W. Yeah, the Bob Ross quote was hard to see. Well, and that's why I want to post them on Instagram, because then they can actually be like 1080p videos. They can be better quality. I mean, they can be 1080p on Instagram, but Instagram videos just never look good enough quality when the writing is this, when the hairlines are this fine. Monday? I could do a Monday, I think. Motivational Mondays. Is that what we're gonna be doing? Mindful Monday quotes. I like it. Monday's a good day. Giant M. I don't know what quotes I'm gonna write yet. I have a whole bunch of quotes. I mean, I've liked quotes. I've liked quotes ever since I was in school. I used to collect quotes when I was younger. I have a bunch of quotes on my phone, random quotes I hear. I have some quotes from real friends of mine when they say things that I think, I mean, regardless of where they come from, when they say things that sort of strike a chord with me, I try to remember them. I don't think any specific kind of quote, just quotes that I hear and like. Mindful Monday. Oh, a studio tour. I could do that of this new place. I guess I did that in my old place, which was just me sitting on a chair and rotating around. I wanted to do one. I was hoping to do I'm supposed to rebuild these shelves, but I can't get the parts that I want to make the shelving unit to go back there because of COVID, and the place that sells them won't ship to Canada. But I could tidy up and do a bit of a tour. I mean, you pretty much see all of it. The room I'm in is very small. It's just my little living room. Everything is pretty much within reach. But I could do a little studio tour. I don't know if I would do it as a YouTube video because it'd be pretty short. I could just do a little Instagram video of my tour. Yeah, just normal affirmations. Oh, I could do a fountain pen video, yeah. I should do a fountain pen video and then post all my fountain pens for sale right after the fountain pen video. A lot of them have to go for sale because I don't use them. All right. What else can we do here? Oh, okay, AD Taylor. You use this BD Williams. No, DB Williams. Use the D that I never use and the B that I don't like. But the signature looks gorgeous, so I want to do it. And I do want to get better at that variation of the D. Okay. I'm doing the one that's on page 9 of the PDF in the description. If anybody wants to try it as well. I do want to do the shorts feature. I was actually thinking about doing... I gotta see how it works now that I'm starting to edit my foiling videos again. I'm not gonna do a lot of the foiling videos on YouTube just because I don't think it's the right place for it. I might do some every once in a while, but oh, you're welcome, Rose. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. But I think I might see and post the foiling videos, since I edit them specifically for Instagram. I might post those as YouTube shorts, maybe? I was thinking about doing that. Okay, this capital D. The shape just never makes sense to my brain. It does make sense, but my brain never likes it. This goes up here. Goes super high. Then comes down. And that goes out. Okay. I am editing. I use DaVinci Resolve. I used to use Premiere, and still for some of my videos I use Premiere. For the slow motion videos I use Premiere because I prefer the way that Premiere does slow motion audio. Resolve is more than capable of doing it just as good, I think. haven't figured out how yet, and I'm still new to Resolve. But I'm trying to transition primarily to Resolve. Right now I use both. What up, Gary? Welcome back. Okay, this bottom of the page business isn't working. I need a new sheet of paper. The only thing that annoys me about Resolve, like I'm getting most of it figured out, editing as far as like I really like the way it does time-lapse footage. How I can really fine-tune when I speed up and slow down tracks when the audio is not required. I really like the way they do that. But the main thing that bugs me, and it's not a huge deal, but for some reason DaVinci Resolve is a much more demanding on my computer's resources, it seems, than Premiere. Like I can edit my like 4K or 1080p footage on Premiere and the playback is nice and smooth, but in order to get smooth playback in DaVinci Resolve, I have to do what's called generating optimized or proxy media, which are huge files that they get deleted eventually anyways, but it's just one more step that I would rather not have to do. I use a Dell XPS 15 laptop, which is not an ideal editing software, but like I said, I've been editing high definition footage on Premiere with it for years, and it's fine. But DaVinci Resolve just seems to require more in the, I think, GPU, potentially. So that's one thing that I'm not a huge fan about it, but that's not a deal breaker or anything. This D just feels so weird to me. Gotta fix that shade. That's better. That's better. Now we need the shade to be bigger. Loving these fine hairlines today, though. 14, oh wow. Alright, Eric, thanks for hanging out. See you on Instagram and on the Discord. I'm gonna try to be more active on the Discord in the days and just time to come. I know I haven't been super active there a ton. Oh, this has to transition after this oval. Wait a minute. No, his D has a whole other... It comes under here. Oh, wow. I was doing completely the wrong thing. And that goes up there. Oh, wow. Okay. Fun. Yeah, thanks, Marilyn. Who's the most active person on Discord? He's gone now, but probably Jay, wannabe penman. And lately, I would say Jay, Eric, who just left, and Gray is pretty active. I haven't been super active lately, so I feel like a lot of people who used to be active haven't been as active right now. I kind of let the community go quiet a little bit, unfortunately. That's my fault. Oh, right. No worries, Gary. To join the Discord, there is a... I don't remember if there's a link in the description of this video. There might be. If there isn't, on my Instagram, in my bio, there is a link to join the Discord. If there's not a link on this in the description of this video, I should put one there. Alright, James. Thanks for hanging out, man. Enjoy your time with Mr. Gyllenhaal. Oh, good night, Lori. Thanks for hanging out as well. Everybody's leaving. It's gonna get so quiet. Okay, that's how he did it. Naughty James. Writing is good. I'm trying to figure out this signature. Okay. I never liked this B, but a lot of penmen used it. Just writing this slowly to get an idea of where the shape is. Ooh, little compound curve entry to the W. That's fun. Sushi, yum. I had pork chops and Asian chicken fried cauliflower rice. Not chicken fried. Fried egg. Fried rice. Cauliflower fried rice. Very yummy. All of A.D. Taylor's W's end in curves. They don't straighten out at all, like a lot of other penmans, which is interesting. Makes things easier. Fake Leon says bye. I got pretty excited when Fake Leon showed up. That was pretty cool. But I figured somebody was doing it. Ugh. It's gotta be the paper. It's problematic. Oh, that's awesome, Gary. Those are some good classes. With those notes in that class, you have a very good knowledge of the script. Your forms will come in time. The important part is to know the form you're trying to create. So you're going through that process now, learning that form in class. And then we just practice. And then the more you practice, the more that form gets stuck in your brain. What up, John? Welcome, welcome. No, it's the paper. It's the... Because everything I've been writing, I've been getting little blobs of fiber or weird ink on the end of my nib, which is no good. Because my nib is potentially a little too sharp, but I like the hairlines it gives. Oh, that has to keep going. Whoops. Okay, let's get better at that B. Oh, and there's also right. Extra pregnant. Well, it's technically, if you, according to the shape, he took his compound curve a little bit straighter than his slant line, but the slant line of that compound curve is still going like that, so it's not getting too much of a pot belly. The way he wrote it. It has this, which makes it long and potentially Prager's looking. But it is super loopy, and they all have shades, which is a challenge. See, there's that fiber in the end of my nib. I don't know if you can see it. Where did that come from? It came from right here, going through that shade. Yes, that's what's happening. The old ink that I'm going through is making the paper wet, and then my nib is picking up those paper fibers. At least I'm guessing that's what's happening. Yeah, this one's quite complicated. We will not probably perfect it tonight, but I just want to try it a bunch of times. Yeah, making them is a bit of a challenge, but that's okay. All in the spirit of A.D. Taylor. We will do what A.D. Taylor did. But for now, we're going to just practice this capital B. Like so, that's what we need. Okay, this can go longer. I never bring that. I never do this B. It feels weird to drop below the baseline like that. The B I designed? You mean this one? That one? That's a fun one. The Bailey B. That's a fun one. I do a variation on that one now where I add one extra loop. Sometimes, well, often I'll take out this loop up here and add another one down here. Like that. Nice. It's a good B. I created that B to balance an exit flourish that I did on Bailey's signature. So it got named the Bailey Bee. And I always go back and forth. Sometimes I like the horizontal entry to be short and the stem oval to be long, whereas other times I like the horizontal entry to be long and the stem to be short. Depending on how I'm feeling. What I love about the complicated signatures is just knowing that they did them and they could do work of incredible caliber. Could do a flourishing theme park. One day, when my arm gets better at ornamental penmanship, I'll do a series of my signature designs that I've designed for people, doing them with ornamental penmanship or with whole arm movement, or movement writing in general. One day. That would be the eventual goal, is to be able to do the signatures that I design properly with movement writing. I get so timid and I don't bring this down. It's such an easy thing and I just don't do it. Just, the coasters can be optical illusions. Getting this really scratchiness right there, which means I'm applying too much weight when I'm traveling. That's an upstroke technically with the angle of my nib. And I'm digging into the paper, which means I gotta lighten up my touch a little bit. There we go. That's the bee we want. This is one of those tough ones that goes up. The shade has to be in between there, not at the end like I do it. Fighting my natural habits. Could turn the paper, but I don't want to. Okay. Could turn the paper and do it upside, do it. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't like the way that feels. Needs some work, but there's the first full attempt. Definitely needs some work. Still getting some flow issues. I'm gonna try. This has been my experiments with this ink. I'm experimenting with isopropyl alcohol. Just some drops of that to see if it changes the way the ink flows. I might ruin it, but that's alright. If it gets ruined, I will throw it away and make a new bottle. I would rather use ethyl alcohol, but I don't have any. So isopropyl will work. I'm using McCaffrey's ink right now. Today, it's about time I decant it out of this jar to get the sludge out of the bottom. There's, I think, quite a bit of sludge on the bottom of it. But the hairlines are gorgeous. Right now, they're pretty much perfect, but every once in a while I'm getting... It's hard starting, and I don't think it could be the nib, but I don't think it's the nib. I feel like the ink just isn't flowing right at the beginning. With certain strokes. Oh, that's not supposed to go through there. McCaffrey's Iron Gall is pretty much the only ink I've used for the past couple months. I needed to make a new jar of walnut, and I haven't bothered getting the mix right. Or rather, my jar just needed more, so I filled it with water, and then I haven't bothered mixing the right amount of crystals into it yet. I just started working with Iron Gall. Alright, I want to go back to some of Taylor's just capital letters, not signatures, but just capital practice. What are the things that make his work so good? It's that exit oval. His exit ovals are definitely one of the things that make his penmanship so good, or his entries and exits are just so smooth. I'm gonna go back to his E. The shade he gets on his E is so nice. And I need to endeavor to get the same. Zoom out. What's going on, Lam? Is that the Huang or Lam? Which do you prefer? Or Tuan? You let me know. Gary, usually I mix water with it. I mean, I use it out of the bottle, but I'll usually put like some drops of water in it. And I've been experimenting with what I just put in it. Using some alcohol, just a little bit of, I'm using isopropyl alcohol, but I'd rather use ethyl alcohol for it. Ooh, that's not bad. We gotta bring this one rounder. Nope. What's happening? That's better. Ha! Nope. No mom today. I imagine she's already asleep. I'm guessing anyways. That's the idea. Still traveling too far to the left. Needs to be coming down right here. Like that. Okay. Nope. Close. That was a good E. Do, 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 do. Mm-mm. Gotta get that consistency. Ah, this first upper loop was really nice. There's the idea. My next class, I have no idea. I'm not booked for anything else. I have a feeling, I gotta talk to Harvest, but we talked about it at the end of the Shaded Spencerian class, during class, about potentially running a version of my signature design class again, or doing this one again, but I don't know. I don't have anything, I'm not scheduled for any classes. I don't run my own, so I wait for other people to contact me or to hire me for teaching. Hopefully I'll be able to start traveling and teaching again soon, but not yet. If I can get the paper situation sorted, I want to work on a course for card carving. I really want to do that. I don't know if that will be a course that I could really do online, because I mean, I could, I guess, but I'd rather do that one in person. It's like movement writing. I taught movement writing online, but I'd rather do that in person just because it's important for me to see what people are doing, or it's helpful if I can see what people are doing. Two angled. Nope. Oh, I'll show you, Kahlo. So the paper that I've been using for card carving is the same paper that I got from you, actually. Like my first time, was that my first time in Hong Kong? I got that cardstock paper, but that just happens to be the thickest paper I have. So when I was learning card carving, that's the paper I was using, but it's pretty thin. So it's pretty easy to cut all the way through by accident. So in the mail, actually just today, where is it? Right down here. In the mail, I got some paper. I just got a bunch of samples in the mail of some paper, and some of them, like this one, are super thick. So I want to test carving into it and see how it carves. See how it carves and see if I can write on it as well. And then there's just same idea. There's a few more that are, this one's a little bit smoother but not quite as thick. Still got pretty good thickness to it. It's 200-pound double thick cardstock or cover stock. This one's basically the same, just has a different coating on it, because I want to find one that I can carve and write on, so that I want to do Christmas cards, and I want to do hand carved Christmas cards. And then I have some thin, just testing out papers. This is the black thick letterpress paper, but I think it's going to be too soft for writing on, and maybe even too soft for carving. And then this one I'm really excited to test out. It's thin, not as thin as Rhodia, but it's a thin black paper. So my fingers are crossed that it takes ink really well, and I can write on it, but we'll find out. I haven't tested any of them. This one, it's kind of translucent, but it's like blueprint paper. Translucent navy blue. it's when I didn't realize it was transparent when I got the sample. I thought it would be similar to like the carbon paper that the Zenarians used for a lot of writing, but I'll test it and see how it works. Then this is a thicker version of what's in my landscape journals. And then this paper I'm really excited to try. It's Conqueror paper, which is really nice. Here's another one. This is business card letterpress paper that's really thick. Yeah, anyways. So there's all these papers that I got in the mail that I want to test out. So that's my paper situation. Because I want to get better at carving, but I needed a better carving paper. So I ordered a bunch of samples, and then when I figure out which ones are good, I mean, if any of them are good for writing and if any of them are good for carving, I will order more. I'll order a box or a ream or whatever of them, so I have plenty, and then I can start practicing more. And I also am looking for a new writing paper. Always on the hunt for new paper. It's never ending. But I'm quite excited to test those carving papers because they're super thick. So I ideally can go in nice and deep and not worry about cutting through, because I got, where is it, in the mail the other day. I got a scalpel, which I've had X-Acto knives and stuff a lot in the past, but the scalpel, the handle on the scalpel is thinner than it's flatter than the, yep, 10 blade, exactly, Marilyn, you can tell you work in a hospital. This is a 10 blade, and then I leather wrap the handle just cause that's what I do. But with this, I can make the initial cuts, and then I can get, because the handle's flat, I can get closer down to get underneath the layer of paper. Whereas with the thickness of the X-Acto knife, I can't always do that. I can't get a really shallow cut. So I'm experimenting with, yeah, don't worry, I'll be careful. I've been messing with X-Acto knives and scalpels pretty much my whole life in different hobbies and whatnot. I've tried some, Marilyn. I really wanted the only one that I found that has flat, like that's my other favorite, like box cutter, is this Olfa blade, but I like the little metal one because it gets super thin or super narrow. So the same idea, I can get down nice and close. So I have that, and then tons of regular X-Acto knives and different X-Acto knives blades and stuff, but I've never used this specific kind of scalpel before, but I really like the thinness of the handle. And unfortunately, the leather wrap thickens it a little bit, but it's still manageable. And I have another one that's not wrapped. But I think it will be a good option for carving. What's going on? Why are we not giving me the shades? Oh, what's going on here? All of a sudden, my ink's not writing at all. Why? What happened? Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, the lights have gone out. This music is far too chill for no lights. Do you see how fast that happens now? Oh yeah, that's right. Regular, crazy, regular, crazy, regular, crazy, regular, crazy. I set it up with a quick key. Alright, now... I haven't tested it in the Blacklight yet. But we'll see how this paper works today. Put a lid on my ink. I'm gonna have to tweak it a little bit, but let me write something first so I have some writing to compare it to. Yes, already? What do you mean already? It's midnight. You're usually the one that's chomping at the bit. Oh, thanks a lot, Marilyn. I have a bunch to test. I got like some others in the 20 range, and then I got a 15, and then I ordered a whole bunch of different specific scalpel blades anyways. And then I have more coming in the mail. I actually have a little mini like jackknife, like folding knife blade, or folding knife handle for a scalpel blade. Okay, here we go. Let's write something to see how it works, how it looks. Oh, I don't remember what this signature looks like now. I was doing it for so long, but now I have forgotten. Where is it? There it is. Oh, just Williams. Easy peasy. There, D.B. Williams. Not bad for the first Blacklight signature or Blacklight writing of the evening. Now let's tweak these settings a little bit so it looks a little bit better. We need to go. If I can tweak everything just right, we'll go slightly. Yeah, we're right in the middle of pink and purple. That should work. I like that it's just I'm just a glowy shirt today. Well, good night, Marilyn. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, that's hard to see with these settings. Ah. Oh, that doesn't look very good. I gotta fix the settings again. Tweak settings for the filter. What do we need? That's probably good. Yeah, I'm just a glowing pink open shirt. I mean, we could go back to turquoise. Maybe I'll take a change from pink and we'll be turquoise today. Glow. Cyan. Trying to figure out what's better. Do we need, if I get more brightness and less gamma? Maybe like that. Good enough. It is what it is. That's the hard part. It's hard to get the coloring just right, because I'm writing on light paper. That's the weird thing. The paper I'm using is not dark. It's like a light, same color paper I've been using all day. So it's weird that it goes invisible. There is a lot of noise on the paper. I don't know how to get rid of that. I mean, some of the noise up by glowing is a nib snap. I don't know how to get rid of the noise. Oh, thanks a lot, Carlos. See you later. I mean, if I don't use a guide sheet, then what it'll be like. I want to use a guide sheet, though. No, I gotta use a guide sheet. I want to. Well, no, I mean, noise can't really be like this. Image is being insanely tweaked right now. Like it's I mean, the filter is turning a piece of light cream paper black, so there's bound to be some distortion and noise and stuff. No settings to reduce that are gonna help it, unfortunately. Cause yeah, whoa, that also looks kind of cool. Yeah, if I can't take out the background entirely without getting, because it's not noise. You see, it's just the background. It's not actual noise. It's just the background showing through. Oh, good question, Mike. I don't know if there's a specific reason why Penman did that, but it was a common thing that they would do. The first lowercase letter would sometimes be slightly larger. Every once in a while. I don't know why. A lot of times it was with the A, but like, I think it was just to sort of ease the transition from a large lowercase letter into the small lowercase letters. Whoa, crazy nib snaps. That's no good. Wouldn't really do it with the I don't think, normally. Like I did there. It'd normally be with the letter that has a shade in it, you would make it smaller. Yeah. The writing just doesn't look as good today. Why? Oh, is it 'cause... Wait. No, I was wondering if it was because my phone was having more light bleed in here, but... Maybe I am. Ugh. The music is good right now. This just doesn't look good. Wait, what if I do this? What if I lower my contrast a whole bunch? Whoa. Messing with so many settings. Whoa. Yeah, I can't get the background to be completely white today, or black today. Why? Why? Ooh, I like this, like, purpley, pinky blue color. But why can't I get the background to go away? I mean, I can, but it doesn't look very good. Yeah, there's a whole lot of colors going on. I like that, like, pinkish, bluish, purpley. Like, whoa. That's teal shades with a pink hairline? Interesting. I'm having way too much fun not paying attention to writing and just paying attention to the video settings. What happened? My hairlines might just be too fine for the camera today. "5 weeks, nice. Ah, right. Not so much a vacation then. Pink just seems to show up the best. I wish I could have it so it just continually shifted like this from color to color. All stream. Sorry, I was having too much fun. I got distracted. Oof. That sounds painful. Was it from... was it taking a hit? Or did you overextend and pull it? Or how does one detach their bicep while boxing? Or if you don't feel like talking about it, you don't have to. That's also acceptable. I need the glide sheet. It's just, it happens to be a white piece of paper, sorry. Oh, got you, Mike. That's too bad. That's no fun. think next week, or next time we go to a Blacklight session, I think I have to turn my, or I have to use a nib with not quite as fine of a point. Because this one is a little too fine, I think, for the hairlines to be able to really be visible well. Oh, that might help. What if I used... No, that will work. It does indeed, Ojaswini. I agree. You think James is still here? He's watching Jake Gyllenhaal, isn't he? I don't need everything in my whole apartment to glow. That would be fun though. MrMGWard. Ooh, that's not a very good DJM connection. Yeah, that hairline disappears. It's too fine. Okay, no more super sharpened nibs for Blacklight time. We'll remember that for next week. Well, I'm wearing contacts today, so no glow glasses today either. It's a fun exercise if you've never done it. To practice consistency in the capital Y. To add the adjective. Ooh, this song's got some speed to it. Ooh, that wasn't very consistent, but it looks okay. Whoa! Mom's up super late. I thought you'd be in bed by now. Welcome to the Headless Blacklight Party. Mike's Psychedelic Party. What do y'all know about ravemanship? Oh, you were asleep and you woke up. Well, welcome to your... here, we have just the music and atmosphere to put you back to sleep again. Or maybe not. Ravemanship. Oops. I wonder if my neighbor... I'm not that noisy, but I don't talk very quiet at 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully my neighbors can't hear me. Ooh, that's a big shade. Wow. They call me Quiet Mike. Oh, there's that like bluey purpley color again. That one's hard to find in here in the settings. Right in the middle. Woo! That was quick on that beat. Wonder if I can do that Y drill on the music. Ooh, that's fast. I don't know if I can do that. We're gonna try. Here we go. Oh, I lost the last one, but those turned out okay. Oh, you can't really see them. Sweet dreams, Mom. I'm glad we were able to help lull you back to sleep. Alright, that Y exercise again. On beat with the music. I don't know if the music is the same for you guys as it is for me, but we're gonna see if it sounds the same. On beat with the music, and here we go. That was good. That was on beat with the music. Up, down, up, looping up, down, up, looping up. Again, here we go. Sweet. That's fun. Practicing that to fast music. Oh, now we have magic music. Pink glide sheet. Oh, my hand looks crazy there. Ooh, not very good figure eights. Not a good drill. For me. Heh. Tried to go shade hairline, but it didn't work. Oh, what if we can do this at the same time as we do this? Okay, that didn't work. Alright, I've derailed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for me to go to bed. Thank you very much for hanging out with me this evening, or day, or morning, or night, or whatever time it is for you. That was a fun little AD Taylor stream. Trying to figure out some of his style, giving respect to his amazing just skill. But yeah, the time has come for me to go to bed. I hope that you guys had a great time. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you are falling in love with the process, and don't forget that life should be just a bit of silliness, really. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, how do I end a stream this way? I've never done it through this program before. Maybe this button.